Hey guys, this is gonna be the vlog for Project 3, so let's do this.
1. Who is Luther Blissett?
Luther Blissett is the name that Eva Franco, along with other artists, used. Blissett was an online person, but was used by real people. So he was basically a fake artist who was real in a sense. Eventually, Franco wanted to make a fake biography for him, just to make him be more real, but didn't really go through with that. And to be honest, it's still kind of confusing, but the gist of it is just he was a fake real person.
2. Who is Darko Maver?
Darko Maver, he is a non-existent artist who is a criminologist in Slovenia. He wanted to transform reality into fiction, and so they decided to make mannequins of corpses. They also made clone sites that were slightly changes from their originals. They got their influence from Blissett and 01.org website, and many people blamed him for that. Personally, I find it funny that there's two fake artists that actually got so well known, and it's actually in reality just Eva and Franco using their names.
3. What questions do the lives of Blissett and Maver provoke us to consider?
I believe that Blissett and Maver caused us to consider what is truly real and what isn't. Makes one wonder, like, how your different perceptions and interpretations have on what is real and what is fake. Even though Luther was made up of people's ideas and things like that, the public viewed him as a real person even though he wasn't, and same thing for Darko Maver. So I feel that it makes you question reality, and it shows that reality is really up to the person and what they interpret.
4. What did Eva and Franco steal?
Eva and Franco, they stole like ideas and websites, like their logos and things like that, from Nike, Disney. There's a couple examples, like their marketing tools, like their Swish sign and things like that.
5. Does Eva and Franco's art theft say something about art? Explain.
Art theft, the way they do it, it says that art is something that everyone should be able to see, and you shouldn't have to pay to see or enjoy it, like if you have to pay to go to a museum or things like that. For web stealing, it shows that people are perceiving like whoever is guiding it is just not straightforward for you to interpret, but what people say it is. So it basically comes back to the perception of what real and fake is, and it proves that corporations and art shouldn't go together, and art should just be enjoyed by the people and not have to pay. And it's kind of like them stealing from the rich to show to the poor, but this time they're stealing from the rich and showing the whole world.
6. Eva and Franco made fake newspapers and fake movie posters. Why?
The reason why they made newspapers and posters that were fake is just to show and see how the world would react. See how culture is defined by what you see around you, and it's all just on your senses. The book talks about how people actually thought that war was over for a second, and when people read in the New York Times, and they believed it. But I feel it shows that people are too focused on the news and what others have to say, rather than making their own decisions and drawing their own conclusions to things.
7. What is net.art?
Net.art came from Eva and Franco through an email where all he understood really was just net.art. It was continuation of their work. It was coded and HTML mixed up and switched around. Those are just basically computer codes that makes up a website. They came up with the codes and they created things, but in reality they didn't really know much about it, but it worked out for them. Copies, hybrids were examples that they used from net.art or net.art, which basically is web cloning with art.
8. Compare what Eva and Franco did in their 2001 piece, Life Sharing, to the way people use the internet in 2011.
Okay, well, life sharing is a project that they did after not showing themselves to the world, and then they showed everything to the world. Today you can compare that to like Facebook or MySpace. The two of those aren't really different, and so another example you can use would be Twitter, and how we all need to feel, or we feel the need to like tell everybody what we're doing all the time, and doing the tweets and stuff, or how we are so wanting to be connected and know everything that's happening around the world at all times.
9. What's up with their portraits of Second Life avatars?
The Second Life portraits are self-portraits. The way that Eva and Franco see it is what people want to look like rather than what they really look like. The way I see it, like, I believe that Second Life is truly a second life for yourself, where you can do what you want in the environment without thinking about consequences, and you can do things that you wouldn't really want to do or would be able to do here in the real world.
10. Besides pissing off Nike, what did their Nike Ground project say about corporations and culture? Should CSULB change the name of the university library to Starbucks Library? Why or why not?
The Nike project shows the corporations like Nike feed you something that you don't really see. Franco ate cake that had marijuana in it and got the idea at that point. The vision was to get the whole city to experience his vision, so he used Nike because everyone knows Nike and the swoosh symbol, like the whoosh, that symbol, which is known throughout the world. In my opinion, you can change the library's Starbucks when you look at it in Franco's point of view, because when we walk into the library, the first thing you see is Starbucks. So if you change the name to Starbucks Library, then you're really saying there's Starbucks inside, you're advertising the Starbucks, but then there's a library knowing that you came there, there's also books, because the library is reality, is a place for books. But most students go there to buy coffee, and a lot of us don't really know what books really are, in a sense, because we have ebooks, so we don't really carry books around. So basically one thing is advertised and another is given.